You can say. I just your husband.
No. I don't laugh. Okay, I'm going to show this part in this video. Your face is good.
Welcome to the OA-Dynasty Forum.
Here at OA-Dynasty Forum, we talk about the process that is involved on every journey to success, and we're there to lay it all bare.
Expect to be informed, transformed, and blessed as you come on this journey with us. Enjoy the journey. Hi everyone, welcome again to OA-Dynasty Forum, and as you have seen, today is going to be a very special one. We have important guests on our show today.
Amazing couple.
My name is Tolu. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, we talk about process to success and different angles of that, and that's what we're going to be talking about, another dimension today. And this is my husband here. His name is
Anthony.
So I'm going to leave our guests to introduce themselves in a bit.
Yeah, before the introduction, those who are with us for the first time, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Before the end of the video, just make sure you subscribe, and those who have been with us from the beginning, double thumbs for you guys, So we just go straight right into getting to know our special guests today. Special set of people.
Yes.
You're gonna like it.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Joy Osazuwas, aka Mrs. O.
Yes.
And this is my lovely husband.
I want to introduce myself. I am Igwe Uchemba Osazuwas. And this is my lovely, beautiful wife.
Sit tight too.
Anyways, we're the Osazuwas, and it's a pleasure to be on your channel to share our experience. And guys, like they said, please subscribe to the channel. A lot of this kind of content will be coming your way, right?
Yeah. So basically today we're going to be focusing on relocation, as part of our process to success within the family context. And we're going to be putting our, not on hot seats, but we just want to learn as well. Want to learn from their own experience, want them to share. Yeah. So stay tuned, and I'm going to start by what does relocation mean, right? If you're going to, I know it's not a strange word, but we just wanted to, of course, just put it out there. What does it really mean, relocating?
Yeah. Okay, so in a layman term, it means moving from one place to the other, either in search of greener pastures or for any personal purpose, or I don't know, it could be a communal purpose, whatever, but it just means moving, and it's actually targeted towards betterment of either yourself or your family, right? So yeah, that's really
okay. Thank you so much, because that's very important.
Yes, that's it. Okay. You nailed it on the head.
Okay, so and of course, if we are originally from Nigeria. If you are wondering, so we are shooting right from Canada, and there's been this thing about people wanting to just move. There's this
syndrome.
So we know that this is a very important topic right now for many people that are considering it. Especially if you have a family, it's important to always make an informed decision. Even though everybody is jumping on the bandwagon, but you need to really know for your own situation what how it would work.
Counting your cost.
Exactly. So that's why we're on the show too.
So we'll just like to ask our guests today, what was that point that you decided that you want to relocate? What were the triggers, or what were the metrics that prompted you to
it's time?
Okay, I'll just put it like this. In our own case, relocation was never part of our plan from the onset. Because I'm the kind of person that I run a business in Nigeria, I have my telecommunication company, and I never thought of relocating even for 1 second. So my wife had the opportunity of pursuing her PhD degree in Canada. She got admission, we talked about it. It wasn't really easy, but I wouldn't be a stumbling block to my wife's progress. So I said, okay, we have to figure out, you have to go first, then we'll figure out how we're going to go about it. It wasn't really easy.
It wasn't pre-planned, let me use that word.
Because in most cases, people will be like, no, this family thing, we already planned it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are even planning, what to do.
For we, it happened, so it just, I just feel it's where God wanted us to be at that time, because it wasn't planned, like he said. So it was from my job, as a lecturer, you get your master's, the next thing is a PhD. I didn't even know people were coming to Canada, and then I was just looking for funding. I got admission in the US, in the UK, but I didn't take it because there was no funding. But this Canada one came with a bit of fund, and then I took it. We didn't think about it, so I'm in the immigration space. I know what it takes to relocate, and a lot of families are. In fact, some people are getting themselves into a big mess in the name of relocation, right? So now I understand the importance. We were very lucky that it just happened, and I think we'll talk about this as we proceed. Let's not just watch this video till the end. You're gonna hear all the gist. But it wasn't in the picture, right? So it just happened, and then it was when I got here, I'm like, oh, people are relocating to Canada. When I see black people, I'll be like, I'll be waving at them that people are in Canada. I didn't know people were coming, and when I tell people, they are laughing at me that a whole lecturer I didn't know. And this was 2018, so that's it was even far like that. So my husband had his business. He was well established. He didn't think of moving. We're not poor people. We're not so rich, but we're comfortable.
Yes, like my greatest fear was like, how do I leave this business that I've already grown? I've spent almost 9 years running the business, and now I'm on this level, and I'm going to a different country to start all over again. So that fears, I was like, I'm not sure. Maybe my wife should go. Maybe I'll come, pay visit, and come back.
I think for us it was more natural. It was more natural because we didn't have to fight over. Do you want to go? Do you not want to go? Like the way I see a lot of couples fight, trust me, I'm not a relationship coach. So when people come to me in my game and say, you don't want to travel, my husband don't want me to travel, I'm like, what's happening? Because we didn't go through all of those friction. My husband was there, the fear was there, but it was still very seamless, and everything went.
But when you use the word seamless, does that mean there were no challenges?
At the
beginning, in the middle,
like he said, number one challenge was he's a very, I don't say he's a freelancer, but he loves to work for himself, and he has built something to an extent for himself. So telling him to roll up everything and follow me to Canada because I want to do PhD. Now African men, they'll just say, come and sit at home. That kind of a thing. But again, so it wasn't a problem, but I felt bad for him that he has to start all over again with me, and we didn't even know, going to a place where you know what is happening to a place where your future is unknown.
Exactly.
But again, that's where God comes in, right? We don't know the future, but we know a God that writes our future, that makes the future. So we just decide to trust God and believe that we're not going to die of hunger in Canada. Hunger cannot kill us. Hunger is a hustler. So I know that. Exactly. But again, with not from my experience, but other people that I see, I know that it's not easy. There's a lot of hassle. The money part, looking for, because again, there's no relocation without money. At least you spend something.
Exactly.
Now I know a lot of people say, the easiest way for you to relocate is to get funding. But when you're moving with family, the funding is for you alone. Right? So what happens to, except you and your husband will get the funding, the children in call, you still need extra money for them, right? So the hassle comes in with the money, it comes in with the starting all over again. My kids were very young. So I don't even know how to open this up. And you guys see my heart.
Our oldest kid then was 3.
Yeah.
The other one was 1.
No, when I left.
And she was
when I left,
5
Brian
months
was not
pregnant.
3. When I left, Brian was not 3 yet. He was.
Yeah, he wasn't 3.
Yeah, I left in May, and he turned 3 in August. So he was not even 3 yet. And my daughter just turned 1 in in March and I left in May. So they were young and he had to take care of, like, be with them by week.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Because I really want our audience to get the full So, from what you have heard so far, the starting point is an agreement between the two people involved in this situation. And she has mentioned something about the finances and things like that. You need to sit down and count your costs. Like she said, most people will say, once I get funding, it's just for you. Then you have to, we are talking about family now. We're not talking about
family,
it's a different ball game. It's just you. But they have kids at that time and things like that.
Can I even say something before you move on? So with regards to this financing and stuff, I wanted all of us to come together. My husband didn't have a problem with all of us coming together, but why we didn't come together is again the funding aspect. Like I said, the scholarship was for me alone. And when we looked at what we had, we didn't have enough to cover for 3 more people. That would be like an extra 20,000 Canadian dollars if I wanted to come with them. And we're like, no, we're not going to do this now, right? So those are the decisions. That's a huge step. Imagine him having the mind to say, oh, my wife is 5 months pregnant. I have to stay back with 2 kids. She's going alone to a place where we don't even have any family and friends. So all those difficult decisions, it was really difficult. Now we can easily talk about it and laugh. But then, if I remember one time that I was crying and I said, "Oh, why am I even pregnant?" I was so upset. But looking back, I'm just really thankful for how God plays. Or every line has fallen, in pleasant place. And it takes a lot of, decision. You have to take decisions. You have to prioritize and take decisions. Sacrifices to be made.
And sometimes very tough.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
No, thank you very much for raising that, because your husband mentioned something regarding I can't allow I wouldn't want to stop my wife's progress. I want us to really dwell on that for a bit, because it's very easy for you you just said it because that's your mindset. Some people are not yet in that space. So because they they're not even thinking the big picture. They're just thinking that because of the woman, can you? Oh yes. Is there do you want to speak to people like that in that space? Because there's so many people that probably they have a lot of potential in them, and they just need someone like you that believes in your wife to be able to say, well, go on this thing. It's not easy, but let's just take a leap of faith. Like, is there something? Do you have something to say to people that are watching?
Yes, I have lots of friends that would never allow their wives to
stay away from those friends.
Yes, but I'm a kind of person that I'm very open, and I wouldn't want to say, okay, because I married my wife, I turn her into a prisoner. She forgets her career, forgets her future, and she becomes a full-time housewife. I wouldn't want that. Marriage is all about partnership, agreement, and I always want the best for her. Like, most of the times, I tell her that I want her to be so rich, and I'll just sit down in the house, eat pepper meat, watch TV.
I don't want that one.
And all that, but she wants me to be so rich, so she will just be in the house and she doesn't do any work. So that's what the couple love. I want the best for her. I don't want to be a hindrance to her career. I don't want to be a hindrance to our success. That's just my own mindset. I have a positive mindset, and I believe if you're getting married to a woman, don't marry someone you don't trust. It's going to cause so many issues.
That was another thing. We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that.
Come back to that.
Like, I trust her. I've seen before I approached her, before I got married to her, I saw the kind of person that she is, and I know that I can give her 100% trust. My wife can travel, go anywhere. I wouldn't even shake my head at, oh, we should be with another person. We should do this.
Wait till be that one.
I sleep well. I enjoy my sleep without no headaches and all that, right? So, if you really see someone you love and they want to pursue their dreams, definitely you give them all the support that you have. It's only when you are being biased, or maybe like there's a proverb that says somebody snake biting papa, if you say lizard, it go run. So people who have been in those kind of that face such kind of scenarios, they are always very protective. Not that they don't love their wife, but they want to be extra protective so that such kind of scenarios will not repeat itself again. So
and some people, I think maybe the culture or something, but we'll dwell more on that.
Yeah.
So, but there's something very interesting I wanted to answer before we come back to Madam now.
Okay.
She mentioned at some point that she traveled, she was pregnant, and you were with 2 kids. Not on a cultural platform.
From where we came from.
People were like, no, you do with this. You know, who are left to it?
But you know,
So can you comment on
in
that?
Nigeria,
How did this survive?
you know, in Nigeria, it's very easy because they say it's not just the family that trains a child, it's the community that trains a child.
Yeah.
So like my mom had to come, my younger sister had to come, her younger sister had to come because my kind of job is that today I could be in Abuja, the next 1 minute you call me outside I'm in Zaria, the next day I'm in Lagos. So I'm always moving around. So and we need more because she's coming to a different land, she's pregnant, she's not working, I need to pay the bills, there's bills that needs to be paid. I have to pay the rent, pay her phone bills, get her a new phone because the phone she brought wouldn't work here. I had to buy a new phone. I'm this kind of person that I don't like paying instrumentally for things. I like buying it and go off the whole stress. So it was quite easy because I was in Nigeria, but if it's in Canada, it's a whole lot of issues. So in Nigeria, I had a full house in my home, so I can easily come, stay with the kids, I go out and all that.
And because what most people are thinking is, how can you travel and leave the kids with me and things like that? But you shed more light on that.
You just have to resort to any other help because it's a temporal
from
thing.
trusted people, right?
Yeah, but truly, if it's me and those 2 kids, maybe we wouldn't be alive by now. Yes. I'm not sure, but with the help of my mom and my younger daughter is just one year.
Yeah.
Wow.
How can I take care of a 1-year-old? So that's why I had to.
How can you take care of 1 year?
Over a 1-year-old?
You will not born 1 year old if you do not want to take care of 1 year old. Which one is that kind of thing? Even should not come to this man. Anyways, even before I left, I was very skeptical because yes, my husband is not a very detailed person that you want to say, oh, you want to live 6 months, 1 year, or even the 2 years. But when I went to give birth to my that's Kiki. So just one night, only one night in my life that I spent outside and left him with Brian. Brian had the expired tea in his teacup. He forgot. Brian was drinking it. When I came, I'm like, what are you drinking? When I opened the see, I'm like, oh my, see who I want to leave. I was very scared, and that was one thing I want to say. I'm like, I was scared. I was thinking that this man cannot even bathe them well, and I want to leave. I was really worried, but again, it came in the place of trusting God. I'm just like, God, you will take care of them. You know, I didn't want to look at all those things because my dad used to tell me that when we were young, that he got an opportunity to go to Holland to go and like do business and all of that, but he would look back and he would say, oh, my mom is too simmer, she cannot take care of us, and that's why he stayed. His own parents, so his mom got an opportunity to go to Greece to go and she's a nurse. Somewhere, you know. So just imagine if they took all of these opportunities, if they trusted that God would take care of their partner and took it, you know that the life of their children will be better. So imagine if I thought of all these and I say I'm not going, I'm going to stay. We'll probably be in Nigeria by now. Or maybe we'll be dealing with SARS or
we'll be in Nigeria for 3 debtors who owe us money.
So there'll be one, there'll be something there. So I just like that. We just look past it and just decided to just trust each other and trust God and just know that. And you know, it's God that takes care of children. It's not even we were just caretaker because what are people who have lost their parents when they are young? How do they survive? How are they? So that those things kind of reinforce me when I'm advising couples and they are saying, oh, nobody. I said, don't worry, your child will be fine. Nothing will happen to that child. That child just come. This thing you're coming is for the bigger. Look at the bigger picture, right? So. Yeah, I don't know if we veered off the question, you guys.
I think it's important, you know, to get that reach, and of course, like, you know, if you've been watching our videos, you know, this platform we just lay it bare as it is because there's really no need for sugarcoating things really, and we know that a lot of people in this situation who will benefit from this. We do not have this particular experience, so we can advise people, but then we cannot really advise from the place of experience, right? So that is why it's important to get, you know, someone like you who has experienced it, you know, to be able to speak to it.
Sometimes people overlook the place of communication when it comes to the big picture. So let's just throw it right there. For those who are in that spot and they want to have that conversation, how would you advise them? Because sometimes it could be one-sided. Like, I just want to go. You know, how can you bring your spouse into that space? You know, in your own case it was seamless, but can you comment on how to, you know, bring your spouse into that space, and how can you have that conversation without looking as if you are being selfish? You know.
Okay, I'll take this question because, like I said, I deal with a lot of couples that go through all of these things. I deal with a lot of couples that go through all of these things. So there's this lady I know. She got funding to come, but hers was in the US. Now, you know the way the US operates is different. Your spouse is not able to work. So it's always a hassle for women. So imagine I have a full funding, I want to go with my husband where he cannot work. He's supposed to sit at home and do what exactly? So even if he needs to work, it's going to be all those menial jobs and, you know, all those underground economy jobs, you know, that will not even sustain the family, right? So, you know, this lady, her husband said she should not go. She didn't go. But again, it was a conversation they had. In fact, she spoke to the pastors of her church. You know, it was a serious, and she wanted to go, and she just got married. She's like, why did I get married? She would have just gone and left me. But you see, the good thing, she listened to her pastors. They told her, oh, you guys just got married. The one that is your own. God sees your heart. I'm sorry if I'm mentioning too much of God, but that's my whole mentality is around this, right? So he went, and you know, now she has a full funding in the UK, and UK is a place that allows her husband work. So you see that, and this after she has had like two kids already. So I'm like, you're even lucky. So imagine you went to the US when you just got married. You probably be having kids. It probably affects your studies. But now you finish having those children. You're now in a better place, and in fact, this one is full funding. You're in the UK. So communication is very important. If it doesn't work for both of you, it's not a do or die affair. Leave it. Even if you want to relocate, maybe, okay, let's say you're not coming through study. I came in through study, so just in case you're wondering why I'm dwelling on studying and all of that. So say you want to go through PR, if your spouse is at the phase where they cannot leave, you guys should just kind of arrange it in a way that, so you don't go with the crowd. Yes, everybody is running, Canada, any country, people are, but that's not your own style. That's not your own story. So you have to talk to your spouse. Make sure that, again, I don't support families being apart. So if I'm going to do a move that is going to separate me from my family, like for a very long time, without any plan in front, I wouldn't do that. But if you're like, Canada allows your spouse come with you, now you guys can go in batches. That one is, you know, that there is an edge to the distance. But some people just go, they don't know, maybe you're going to a country that doesn't even allow your spouse to come. You don't even know what is obtainable there, and you're just blindly because everybody is moving because I have to move. No, relocation is very important. It's very crucial, actually. So you have to have this conversation, no matter how difficult it is. You have to call that person. You guys talk about it. If it doesn't go well, okay, you can seek advice from people who have been there or who have lived in that country, and then try to see how it's gonna work for you. But if it doesn't work for you, come on, it's not a do or die affair, right? You can leave it for later. So that's what I tell women when they come to me and say my husband is not supporting me, blah blah blah, because I don't know the way they see me. I don't want to say I'm not a negative feminist. I know what feminism is all about, and I strongly support it, but in all of the positive way, right? So when people come to me and say, what should I do? Should I just leave this man? I say, you want to leave it? There's no husband in Canada. Okay? You will suffer. You want to leave your husband. Better agree with the person. You guys should reach and have an understanding, right? And then you will be more swift.
Before we come to Oga, what if the person is unreasonable or just being unreasonable?
But you know you married an unreasonable person. I mean, you have to deal with your problem.
With unreasonable.
Because again, marriage is the ultimate. You wouldn't ditch your marriage because just because person say, oh, don't travel. I don't think it's enough reason to dissolve a man. Now it depends. If the person has been doing other things in the marriage that are hurting me, or if I know that person just hinders my growth, I can't marry somebody that hinders my growth all round, right? But if it's just that relocation and there's a reason for that. Now when you say someone is being unreasonable, that's what you've gotten yourself into, because the person will be unreasonable not just in the relocation but in every other area. You'll be unreasonable in the number of children you want to have, in the business you want to do. That one is a problem bigger than relocation. So I cannot advise. Like I said, I'm not a relationship, so anything I'm going to advise on is going to be something that affects my family as per like in that context. So again, if you marry somebody that is unreasonable, maybe you should go and see marriage counselor.
Because most people come with that premise, and my husband is
or just being unreasonable.
And sometimes I find out that these women, women now, we too much. Sometimes these men, they don't really talk to these men. Now, my husband mentioned that he had fears of uprooting himself, leaving his company. Do you know these men, they're also scared. So how about you reinforce and tell them, okay, let's talk to this other person who has been there. This person is with you. Give them an example. You can even go on. These days, people share everything on. So like Natolo and her husband, they share all of their success story. You can go and come and watch this video. All these things will reinforce confidence. The person will be like, okay, if this person can live without anything and look at where they are.
Yeah.
See, outside of Nigeria, like places like Canada, US, there are countries where system work. Just come in ready to work. Come in with your hard-working self. You will be alright. No matter how rich you were in your country, if you come here and you're ready to put in the work, you will get there.
Because of the opportunities this provides you.
Exactly.
So many opportunities
the system here works.
Businesses,
at least he can do business and nobody is owing him. You fix you. You do. In Nigeria, people will.
I go to fight to get my money. I fight to get my money.
Yeah. Exactly.
You do a contract for someone, and 1 year he has not paid you, and today
the system does.
Russia World Cup is there. The next 2 weeks after World Cup is in US, and it's owing you, and it says, "Oh, sorry, I can't pay you. I used your money to fund another project."
And even the government, even the officials or police cannot even do anything right.
If you go to the police and you don't have money to spend, you're fighting a business case.
It's actually very interesting.
It's terrible.
The way we are, having this conversation, because just to bring it back a little bit, most people will say, "Oh, my husband is unreasonable, or my wife is really unreasonable," and when you ask, there has been precedents. Before you say someone is being unreasonable, you have to put yourself in a person's shoes. Like, he mentioned that he has his own fears too, and things like that. Are you addressing the person's fears and things like that? Just make sure you are speaking to that and you are seeking advice from people who can advise you guys correctly. Not someone that say, just go and leave your husband and travel. That can be it can backfire. So the question is this: you said that you had your fears and things like that. How were you able to overcome that?